What's going on, everybody? Sliding Dutchman here, and today it's part 2 of the Volvo video. Last video we've taken the engine all apart, we replaced the gaskets and we put the head back on, and that's sort of where we left off last time, so that's where we're gonna pick it up. And we're gonna see how it all runs, how it all test drives, and if all still is good. So let's dive into it. Enjoy. So here we are, hopefully for the last and final day. Everything is sort of on. Only need to change the oil filter now and like do the water pump and the timing belt and everything on the front. But the oil pump is not coming off.
Look, we have fans. A whole family of fans. Come on, Sven.
Hoi.
Ah, he's a little bit shy.
Kom je op YouTube?
Kom je op YouTube? So, Pete has a neat little trick to remove an old oil filter.
I don't know if it's my trick, but I just fed up with stuff that doesn't want to come off. So I just jam a screwdriver or something through there, and then I should be able to twist it off.
And spill oil everywhere.
No, it's not too bad. Oh wait, yes it is. Wait, where's my bucket? There's a lot of oil in there because it's on a weird angle, so it still holds oil if you drain it.
Yeah.
So if I turn it around now, it will slush out everything, but it's loose now.
So
if you ever got a stock oil filter, since you're always replacing them and not using them again, this is how you get them off easy. Hello. Less than final steps. Water pump is on. Oil filter is on. That whole line that goes to the back there, we cleaned that. And now the manifold can go on and tightened. We all done. And then the timing belt, yep. Pulley, and what's that? What's the other belt called? Serpentine belts. Serpentine belts. And also, because the valve cover is off, it's a red block, so we had to do it. The only thing now is, I think it's dry. It is. The only thing now is to just peel off the tape, if the tape lets me. Not really. Come on. Is it perfect? No. Is it good enough for me for the 5-minute job? Yes. Hell yeah it is. So, here is the first letter out. The rest is going to be like that. Also, this one can come off. So, I'll peel the rest off, put it on, and show you guys. So, Thomas tightened all these bolts, a little bit of copper grease. New water pump is on. I don't know where we left off with the last video. We got the timing belt, everything on, like everything is on time. Like here's the dot, there's one down there, and then down there with the bottom, like the crank pulley. Oh no, this is the crank pulley, whatever, the one inside there. So everything is tightened up. Is that one tightened up? Check, check, double check. Yes it is. So now that one needs to go on. Tighten them a little bit more, and it should be all good. Serpentine belts is then the last part. The valve cover, there was all like the full gasket set, but without the valve cover gasket. So let's see how we're gonna do that. So here we are, the next step. It's another day. It's a nice and sunny day, and I got the water pump on. Everything is on, sealed, all the gaskets. I got the head, the head gasket. Yeah, that's that one. The valve cover gasket, everything in. It was the right one. I don't know if I've showed that in the previous video, but we hold it next to this, and it was like, hey, it's too wide, and fuck, that's probably a cover of the sump or something. And we were just acting like total noobs, because if it goes over this crest here, it shrinks a little bit, and it was the head, the cover gasket. So beginner mistake, but everything is fixed, everything is on, everything is sealed. So all we need to do now is put the serpentine belts on. I got one that goes around the crankshaft pulley, then the power steering pulley, and the water pump pulley, and then one that sits in the second layer that goes to the alternator. And then that should be all done and ready and fixed. I can put the neck on with the you see that, with the thermostat and everything, but I just need to wait for the radiator, because that's still, I'm waiting for it to be delivered. It's ordered and it's on my way, but it's not delivered yet. So when what the fuck was that? When I get that done, I can start working on the BMW, because I've got some parts and I can work on it, but I only want to work on it when this car is fixed and all drivable again. Because if anything happens, I'm not having a car and I cannot get to work or whatever. So this needs to be fixed first. But it is not a lot of work from this part. Let me just let me check. This one goes around here into the first groove, and then around that one all the way. I push this in all the way, so it can go a lot further, because if this is here around the other pulley, yes, it's about right. So worry about that one later. This one I still need to push in, and as you can see, it's not really getting where I wanted it to be. Almost. Let's just twist that in a little bit. But as always, I need two hands, but it's not that special. You just have one nut you undo, and then there's one here that you can then twist, and it just comes in and out. And the same with this one. There's one nut here that you tighten loose, and then this one is to tighten it up to the tension that you want. So let me do that, and then almost ready to close off this video and see if it starts. Also fill it up with oil, put the cross washer in it, still need to do that, and then fill it up. So there we go, everything is back in except for the radiator. But I have the oil and everything in, so I'm good to start it. I can just not really drive it or run it for too long, but I want to know, does it still run? Because after you've taken the whole engine apart, this sort of has a little bit of satisfaction that you know that it's still working. Fingers crossed, boys. Almost. There it is. There it is. That's great. So it still runs. It's not perfect, but it runs. Might need to double check timing or something, but hey, I'm happy that it's working, that it's functioning, and that it looks like everything for now is still sort of sealing. I'm looking at everything, but we will see that in the long term, what is wrong and what is leaking and what is, you know, just could be a thing that I have this box off so it pulls air from a different direction or easier. Might change something. Also, I found a little gash here that I need to like silicone up or something, because or get a new hose for it, but we don't want it to leak, because that will pull in a little bit more air than the airflow sensor is reading. So then we will have a fault reading, and that will make it idle weird and yeah, stuff like that. Also, there are plugs that are not attached, like this one never was attached. Also, it just clips in here, and there's no place it can go, so I'm gonna leave that for what it is. Now we're just gonna wait till the radiator comes in, install that, bleed the whole system with coolant, and go for a test drive and see what it does. So after, usually it can take 4 or 5 days, but now it took 2 weeks. But we got the final stuff for the Volvo in. Now that package is for another car, which you'll be seeing in a video soon. I would still unpack it, but at least then I know that I have the right stuff. But the focus is on this package. It's a new radiator. Like I think you've seen in the last clip, I got a radiator from the wrecking yard, but it was a 900 series. And the 900 series is a little bit wider, which was not a problem, but it was a little bit, they said, taller. So the hood wasn't fitting. And I can remake the brackets and everything to make it work, but I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna fully change up the whole car to just have an original radiator fit in there. So, well, they packed it nice and secure. Hold on. Why am I doing this on the table? Makes no sense. So that should be the new radiator. Let's hope it's correct, because Autodoc has failed us in the past. So it all looks the same though. I have the old one to sort of muck it all up, or see if it's the correct one. By the looks of it, this looks like what I need. These are capped off. This is a separate system, I think. Don't have to put these on. But this, and I think an overflow is all I need. This looks good compared to the old one. Same size and everything. So we're gonna install this right now, fill it up with coolant, start it up, go for a test drive, because I've started up once just to check if everything was, like, if the timing was correct. It ran at least, but I want to see how it runs now. So let's just throw this thing in, get some tools out. Drink, my precious. So, 1 bottle left. It starts to fill up now and stay full, but me and Thomas were saying we don't trust this seal here on the top, and I trust the ones here behind it, but the top seal here, that's the iffy one, and of course it is leaking. So we're now gonna leak all the coolant back out, put something under there then, and we need to take the whole fucking water pump off and see if we can reseal it. Damn it. So we are back, and we got the new OEM gasket. It's a little penis for the water pump of the Volvo. Now I was searching for this thing, and like companies were telling me I cannot order this separately for you. It comes with a new water pump, and I was like, I already have the brand new water pump, I just need the seal. So I went to like a Volvo dealership, and they were like, well, we have to like get it from Sweden and special order it. And I was like, all right, here we go, because it's just a simple gasket. Like, how much is it gonna cost? It was $6, and I ordered it at, it was after 5 o'clock. So he was like, oh, I can't order it because I have to order it before 5 o'clock. He was like, I can't do that now. And he said to me like, I will take your number and then I'll call you back when I have it. So I ordered it at 10 minutes past 5 p.m. and they gave me a call the next morning on 11:30. So basically somebody was running for this to get to the post office and make it all in time, because it took what, 16 hours or something, including nighttime here in Europe, so overnight parts from Sweden. Here we go. So I'm gonna seal that up with this. I sealed this up with this, and I'm gonna undo this one so I can like put it on and then push it up, then tighten everything. Then this one should go on fairly easily. When that is done, I'll pick the camera back up and we go for a test drive, I think, because I'm just, like I said, I'm just gonna bolt everything on, fill it up with coolant, fix everything, and it's ready for its first tryout. Or that will be, I think, tomorrow, because I'm gonna let the gasket stuff like seat instead of heating it up and washing it with water, like, you know, making the pump work and everything. So I'm just gonna put it on, let it seal, fill it up tomorrow, bleed the system, which I think is almost impossible to do manually. It should like work because this is like the highest spot and everything. So yep, I'm gonna fix it all and I'll pick the camera back up and we go for a test drive. So let's go for a little test drive. Just starts like it's never changed. Seatbelt, very important. If that works with this thing, probably not. The only thing I can say that I need to do on this car now is fill up the air in the tires. It has been standing still for a little bit. And also I should fix the exhaust, because it's a little bit loud, but it's also a little bit leaky. And I don't care about the loudness, but I care about the leakiness. I think what happened is that we hit a high curb. I was backing up into the parking spot and we had 3 or 4 people in the car and we drove too far back, and then the exhaust tip just hit the curb and the car pushed back, so it kinked a little bit in the middle on a connection point, and now it's leaky. So the only thing I need to do now there is basically get it open and get it welded. As long as it's not leaky, that's my main goal. I don't care how it looks. It's under the car, nobody's it's gonna see it. But it cruises well. Give us some beans. This thing is not fast by any means, but it has low end torque, even though it's a petrol engine, not even a diesel. But you can just fit anything. It's just such a nice cruiser to go camping, to pick up stuff. And just the looks of it, rear wheel drive, big wagon, I love it. I really love it. I love these old type style Volvos, and that's why I wanted to do the head gasket on it, because I'm not planning on getting rid of it or selling it just because of that reason. And also it's a pretty easy engine to work on. It's pretty straightforward, no weird electrical stuff everywhere. So I was able to do this with any like simple basic mechanical knowledge, and most of it is just nuts and bolts, watching one or two tutorials on things not to miss, but there were no special trips or tips really involved. It was really just unbolt and putting it back on, and use common sense on what is clean, what is nice, what is fixed, what is, you know, when is the new gasket ready to go on, have you cleaned it enough, stuff like that. And it runs well, it runs great, no issues whatsoever. I can only say that the durability of Volvo, especially for these type of cars, like the older ones, that is just 100% true. These things will, if with good maintenance, they will run forever. Basically, these B23 red blocks, non-turbo, they just run forever. Newer Volvos, I'm not touching that subject, but I'm a fan of the old stuff. And it all runs, drives great. It's a little bit low, as you can hear. But other than that, let me take my elastic band out, because otherwise, if I have you guys here on my chest, well, the camera is like, here's the chest mount, and it's on here, like somewhere here. So my beard will be in front of the camera and scratching around the casing, so you will hear like a weird sound going on. So that's why I have the elastic band in. I never use them but for these purposes. So it's way too hot inside the car. But anyway, if you guys like this video, please give it a like, comment, anything. You know how the YouTube algorithms work. And I can just use the support, and subscribe if you want to see more car drift game related content. Every new video Tuesdays and Fridays, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.